From the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23, we begin at verse 18. A man who breaks his marriage vows says to himself, "Who sees me?" Mind you, by the way, this you can apply this to any kind of wickedness. It doesn't just have to be adultery. And also, by the way, this is talking about spiritual adultery, and it uses adultery in the flesh to illustrate it to you, but we are going to get to that in a minute. So the man who breaks his marriage vows, he says to himself, "Who sees me? Darkness surrounds me, and the walls hide me, and no one sees me. Why should I fear? The Most High will not take notice of my sins. His fear is confined to the eyes of men, and he does not realize that the eyes of I am are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. They look upon all the ways of men and perceive even the hidden places." What are those hidden places? What are the hidden places where God is watching you? Let's take a quick detour to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8, verse 12. Then said he unto me, "Son of man, hast thou not seen, or hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Didn't the man just say to himself, 'Nobody sees me in the darkness'? Every man in the chambers of his what? In the chambers of his imagery? For they say, I am sees us not. I am has forsaken the earth." Isn't that the same thing that we just read about the man who thinks that his adultery is unseen by God? It is not unseen by God. You see, God sees everything because he's watching your chambers of imagery, your imaginations. Because God, or I am, is your awareness of being. Naturally, the awareness of being that is in you watches everything that you do and rewards you accordingly to what it sees, you see? So nothing is really hidden from God. But let's get back to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23, verse 20. We continue, so we can get a little bit deeper into what that spiritual adultery is, the thing that man does. And by the way, that applies to men and women, you see, because men and women are the physical manifestation of thoughts and feelings. We both have thoughts and feelings, and our feelings are married to Christ, you see, the man, the head. Verse 20. Before the universe was created, it was known to him. So it was also after it was finished. This man will be punished in the streets of the city, and where he least suspects it, he will be seized. So it is with a woman who leaves her husband and provides an heir by a stranger. Now, I already told you a man and a woman are the physical manifestation of thoughts and feelings. So what this verse 22 here is really telling you is that your feelings went astray. They went a-whoring, like a prostitute, after other men or thoughts, you see? Didn't you read in the scriptures where it tells you that Christ is the head of the man? God's love is the head of the man, the head of thought. You see, the man or your thoughts receive right thinking or righteousness from God's love or Christ. And the man passes it on to the woman or the emotions, you see? Now, when you start looking or lusting after other men or other thoughts of other men, other than those of Christ, you just practiced spiritual adultery on Christ. You just cheated on Christ. You see, your emotions, your heart, your wife or your woman was just impregnated by another thought, another man. Now, we all know what happens when a man and a woman come together. You see, don't they produce children? Children, they produce manifestations or experiences. You see? Now, what is the experience that is going to be manifested as the result of your adultery? Big surprise. It's going to be death. And death is the carnal mind and the psychological suffering that it produces. You see? Instead of listening to the right thought or the righteousness, the right thoughts that are coming from God's love, which is Christ, you turned away and you listened to some other dude. He impregnated your emotions, your wife, with his error thoughts, with his stranger thoughts. Thoughts are a seed. Thoughts impregnate emotions with their seed, just like a man impregnates a woman with his seed, his thoughts, you see? And now you will reap the death because of that, the psychological suffering. That is why you should not commit adultery, you see?